YouTube, Quinn Wade, coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about how um, the Atlanta Hawks ended up beating the Detroit Pistons tonight. And it was a close game. It was fun. It was very interesting in this game. But only one team could win, and it was the Atlanta Hawks, and they ended up beating them 130 to 129. The Hawks go to 41 and 32 and 20 and 16 on the road. The Pistons go to 52 and 20 and 28 and 9 at home. They happy that they got a 50-win season. Now they just got to get Cade back. Detroit still won the season series 3-1 since they won the first three meetings. They don't play again into the playoffs, depending on where the Hawks is going to be at. And if they don't play them in the playoffs, they'll play them in a regular season next year. Other than that, the Hawks won the first quarter 37 to 29. They won the second quarter 36 to 26. But the Pistons said we got to fight, and we're not gonna let them win this one that easy. And then they won the third quarter 40 to 25, and they won the fourth quarter 26 to 23. But the Hawks beat them 9 to 8 in overtime because Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris missed shots. Tobias Harris took a fadeaway. He missed it. Jalen Duren got the offensive rebound, threw the ball back up. And since he missed the layup and he missed the jump shot, they ended up losing by 1 point to the Hawks. A little bit of luck for the Hawks, but they'll take it because they put themselves in position to be able to win that game by being up by one. Onyeka Okongwu, 24 minutes, 11 points. He went 4-6 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. But he did foul out in this game. He was trying to match the physicality. He was trying to play with the big, but he just couldn't do a good job without fouling. And it's hard to do it in the first place because they always reward the offensive player more than the defensive player. So you have it going against you already, and then you try to find a way to stay in the game and help with the spacing and the finishing and the ball movement and a little bit of defense. But you get caught, continuing to getting bodied up, and there's nothing you can really do legally. Sometimes in the league, if you're a defender. Jalen Johnson, 42 minutes. He had 27 points. He went 9 of 18 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. He took good looks all night, and he had to touch. And sometimes it's there for him, and sometimes it's not. But the mid-range was going. The jump shot was going a little bit, too. Of course, he had a couple threes, and he still used that speed and athleticism to attack guys early on to get to end them into foul trouble. And then he had 12 assists. He keeps his head up. He's always moving the ball. He's always looking to pass. He's always looking to find. And it worked well for him in this one. Then he helped on the boards. 3 of his rebounds was offensive out of the 8. He also had 5 turnovers. And a personal fouling was a +2 and +- But CJ McCollum was just as important because of his ability to attack off the dribble and get good looks that he can make. And he went 10 of 21 from the field, 5 of 12 from 3. And he can play on and off the ball, or he can create his own shot. And he can create for others by dishing out the ball real well, by figuring out what the defense is trying to do and just trying to counter with the pass. And he did have 5 assists, but he also came with 4 turnovers. He also had 1 steal, 1 rebound, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 offensive board, 4 personal fouls, and a -16. And +- Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 40 minutes, 21 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. He didn't shoot the ball as well as you would like from 3, but it also wasn't terrible. And then he still was able to get quality looks from 2, and he has been able to do that. He has the ability to be a 3-level scorer for you. And he didn't even need the free throw line to get 21 points in this one. It was a little harder for that reason, but he still was able to get it done efficiently when you look at his field goal percentage. And then he had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a turnover, 2 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and a 0 and +-. And then Dyson Daniels, he kept getting the easy looks around the rim. He did miss his only 3. He didn't get any free throws, but he did finish 8 of 14 from the field. He knows when to attack. He knows when to go for it. Obviously, getting steals help as well, which he was able to get two. He also was able to get a block. He also had 13 boards. 8 of them was offensive. That helps you score and get opportunities to get easy looks too if you're quick enough. And then 4 assists. You like the fact that he's looking for his teammates. You like the fact that he's playing the team unselfish brand of style of basketball. And that's what you have to do against with a team that's as talented as this one. And then 3 personal fouls and a -11 and plus minus. Corey Kispert, 12 minutes, 5 points. He went 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from three, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Um, he didn't shoot the ball as well as you like. Obviously, he was able to make one of his shots from the 3 point line, but all the other shots still was good looks. So you just look at it like he just didn't have it going tonight. There's nothing we can do but put him in good positions to score. If he does, that's great. If he doesn't, we just hope he can in the next game. 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, no personal foul, and a +5 and plus minus. Jonathan Kuminga, 20 minutes, 8 points. He went 3 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from three, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. He did a good job of trying to size up and score. Obviously, hitting the three and the drives works, but he just hasn't been able to be as good the lately when it came to being efficient and when it comes to scoring in general. He's been putting up numbers, but not as efficient as you would like. He's a good athlete. He has a good touch. He has potential to be a good shooter, but not right now. It still seems like 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive board, no personal fouls, and a +3 and plus minus. Muhammad, 1 minute, zeros across the board for him, but he was a +5 and plus minus. Zachary Ricochet, 9 minutes, 2 points. He went 1 of 3 from the field. He went 0 of 2 from three, and that ended up being the best thing he could do offensively for him. He did have 3 rebounds, no assists, 2 personal fouls, and was a +9 and plus minus. And then Jock Landale was able to hit a three and score in the paint. He finished 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from three for 5 points. The best thing he did was give 10 boards, which is tough to do coming off the bench, but he put his mind to it and was able to accomplish it. He had 2 assists and 1 turnover. He had 2 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls, and was a +1 and plus minus. Gabe Vincent, 11 minutes, 8 points. He went 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. He was able to make his threes. That was good for him to be able to get some shots that he liked. One of them was really tough though, but he still was able to make it. And then of course he was able to make his jump shot in the 2 point range. So that worked out. 1 rebound, no turnovers, 2 steals. He was tied with Dyson Daniels and Ayeka with that. He also had no personal fouls. It was a +12 and plus minus. And you look at the Pistons, they gave themselves a good chance to win the game. They did a lot of things right in this one. They battled to get back in it. They didn't let this one, turn into an embarrassing show. The team crowd was behind them the whole game. They fed off of that and they put themselves in a position where they still could have a chance to win it. They blew it. They get the loss. It can be rough and tough like that in this cold NBA world. 35 minutes for Tobias Harris. He had 22 points. He went 9 of 17 from the field, 2 of 5 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal. He also had 3 personal fouls and was a +1 and plus minus. The mid range really was lethal in this game for him, and then he also was using it to find his teammates because they had to respect his ability to score. Then of course he was able to hit some spot up threes, so he can do that. That's what they picked him up for. He was able to do it at a high level tonight, but unfortunately he couldn't hit the one that mattered the most. That would have gave him the lead. Duncan Robinson, 32 minutes. He had 17 points. He went 6 of 12 from the field and 5 of 10 from three. Did a good job of getting open. Did a good job of making the threes. That's what he's out there for, besides driving and keeping the ball moving and relocating to provide spacing. He did all those things tonight. He did have 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and no turnovers. He had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and was a +6 and plus minus. Jalen Duran played 42 minutes. He had 26 points. He attacked the rim really, really well and took his time trying to score and trying to get good looks off in the paint. Of course, you would like if he made the last shot because he was still close to the basket and he had some time to get it off cleanly, but he still didn't get it off enough to make it, which sucks because that would have been game for them. Other than that, he had 14 boards as well. That's a double double, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, and 2 blocks. 7 offensive rebounds, 1 personal foul, and was a plus 14 and plus minus of Sword Thompson, 27 minutes, 18 points. He went 9 of 11 from the field. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 4 steals, and a block. He is a wing that can do all of that. He's always being active. He's always trying to make the right play, make the right decisions, and he's always trying to find a way to help the team out. Whether if that's scoring, passing, rebounding, or playing defense, he's a guy that's an energy guy. Whatever he feels that he can do, he's going to go out there and try to accomplish it. He did have 1 offensive rebound, and again, he got in some foul trouble with 5 personal fouls. That's just what he has been doing lately. He used to be a better defender than that, but he's taking more chances. He's taking more risks. He's trying to be more physical, and you can get more fouls for that reason. But he was a plus 10 and plus minus. Dennis Jenkins has been a really good help with their offense, being able to get to the paint, being able to hit mid ranges, being able to hit threes, being able to make plays. Helps the team a lot. 19 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 6 from three, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 10 assists. So he had a double double, but it also did come with 6 turnovers, which isn't that bad since he's still learning how to be a guard in this league and getting significant minutes against a competitive team. He also had 1 steal, 2 offensive boards, 3 personal fouls, and was a plus one. And plus minus Paul Reed, 11 minutes, 6 points. He went 3 of 7 from the field. He missed his only three. He had 1 assist, no turnovers, or still in the block. 4 personal foul was a minus 15 and plus minus. He blew some easy ones. He was rushing and trying to force up some shots. He couldn't get the board back. He couldn't finish as well as he would like, but that's part of the game. The NBA players, they're not going to make it easy on you most of the time. And then Rylan Holland, the second, 12 minutes, 2 points. He went 1 of 3 from the field. He missed his only three. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. One steal. No personal fouling, was a minus 6 and plus minus. Attacking the rim ain't as easy as you think, especially from the perimeter. But he was able to get 1 shot to go, another one he missed. And then Javante Green, 15 minutes, 7 points. He went 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from three. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnover, 1 steal, 1 offensive board, 1 personal foul, and a plus 4 and plus minus. He didn't do it as efficient as you like, mainly because he missed majority of his threes. But other than that, he tried to find a way to help in other areas. And then Karis LeVert, 15 minutes, 4 points. He went 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3 point line. He had good looks. He just wasn't making them. But he still did have 5 boards, which was the most off the bench. Had 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. So he did a lot of other things for you besides score. So he had to make it up for some way, somehow. He was able to do it. But at the end of the day, he still needed a couple of them shots to fall. But they didn't. 1 offensive board, no personal foul, and a minus 15 and plus minus. Kevin Herter, 20 minutes. He had the most minutes off the bench. He had 8 points, had a nice little mid-range jumper, was driving, was trying to take some threes. He couldn't make any. He went 0-2 from 3, 4-9 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, which ended up being the most off the bench. He also had 1 turnover, 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, and a minus 5 and plus minus. And then the Detroit Pistons, 102 field goals taken by them. They shot 51%, but the Hawks shot 105. They shot 48%. That's not that much considering that they played overtime. 33 3-pointers for the Pistons. They shot 27%. While the Hawks shot 52, they shot 35%. That was a big reason why they was able to stay in this game and win it. 19 free throws for the Pistons. They shot 84%. 17 for the Hawks. They shot 71%. 43 rebounds for the Pistons. 50 for the Hawks. 33 assists for the Pistons, 31 for the Hawks, 14 turnovers for the Pistons, 20 for the Hawks, 12 steals for the Pistons, 8 for the Hawks, 5 blocks for the Pistons, 1 for the Hawks, 14 offensive rebounds for the Pistons, 18 for the Hawks, 29 defensive rebounds for the Pistons, 32 for the Hawks, and 20 personal fouls for the Pistons, 19 for the Hawks. A game that ended up coming up to the last possession, and it could have went either way. It could have happened where another team wins this game, But this is a game where the Hawks was able to get the looks that they wanted. Some was tough, some was difficult. They still believed in themselves. They still played together. They still defended well enough to be able to win the game. And, the shots didn't fall like they needed them to. And next thing you know, they ended up coming away with the win. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.